Hey everybody, Cory Meyer here, and I'm here with Sandy Dugan.
How's everybody doing?
All right, we're excited to bring you our real estate market and industry update as we've been doing so often, and we're excited today to talk about new construction and what's going on in the new construction world right now.
Yeah, as we've obviously seen, everyone who's looking at new construction homes out there, one, there's not a lot of them, right? They're building, but not a lot on the market. I think we counted about 40 in all of Shasta County today.
Right.
But prices are high, right?
Yeah, and we're talking. I think was I right? Was there 16 only in Reading?
Yeah, I think 16 in city limits and then about 40 in the county.
Yeah, so when inventory is low, new construction can be a good opportunity, but with prices of lumber rising so rapidly, the cost of these new houses are continuing to go up. So, like for myself, I've got a client who locked in January, and those that subdivision alone has gone up. Just the cost of building that same home has gone up on average $22,000. Um, and you were talking about some bigger jumps you've seen.
Yeah, I've seen 30 to 40,000. I'm hearing from contractors, and these are subdivisions. Obviously, if you're going to build a custom home, I mean, we're seeing 300 to $400 per square foot right now. And what's interesting, because you see price changes on the market for homes that are being built, new construction, they're actually changing and going up,
Yeah.
which is wild to see.
Yeah, if they're not locked in, if they're not locked into a contract, and to put that into context, a lot of people know my background is construction, so I still know a lot of contractors. But you know, about 5 years ago, you could build a custom home for about $185 a square foot, and your basic homes that were really nice, stucco, crown molding, upgrades, and stuff like that, a subdivision home style home could be built for like 125 to 140 a foot. And so when you're talking $300 to $400 a square foot, we're talking massive, massive increases in prices. And in the last 6 months, it's gone just crazy. We were talking to our friend that is a project manager, right?
Yeah.
And he showed us some numbers that just blew our mind about uh, this time last year, 1,000 lineal feet, board feet of 2x4 was $275. Now, today, or actually, this is getting old now. This was last month, it was $1,300. So you're talking about a 5x change in price.
Yeah, that is unreal. That same, talking to some people who are doing some bigger projects, they're getting change orders of like $1 million for a change order from when the project started to today. So that's unreal. We're not trying to steer anybody away from new construction because it's still a great option. You just are going to pay a premium right now because of these lumber prices. So it's when you guys see these prices going up, a lot of people think, oh, these builders are getting really greedy. They're trying to take advantage of the market. They hate it just as much as we all do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's expensive on their end. They're making less money with these prices going up.
And correct, we're not trying to steer anyone away from those because new builds are a great option. I think that resale is benefiting from this big time, resale homes. The one thing we do try to discourage people from is actually building because a lot of people on their own, because a lot of people have this, thought that they could buy a lot in Shasta County for, say, 80 to 100,000, or for acreage, say 200,000, and it looks great, but they're faced with the harsh realization of the prices to actually build the home they thought they could build for,
Yeah.
say, 275,000 a couple years ago. That same house now is 450,000. So you combine the lot and the permits and the utilities and everything and fees, and now you got a $750,000 smaller custom home. So
Yeah.
it's pretty wild.
And this COVID is the COVID, what happened because of it is going to last a little while. And it's not just lumber, right? It's electricians, it's plumbing, it's all these different things. Material costs in general are just rising. So we're seeing that. But you're right. The existing homes on the market, the valuations are increasing because they've got some comps out there now for these new construction homes.
And from my understanding, and I'm not a pro on this, but the understanding I have is that the supply chains and the breakdown of the distribution process through COVID is really what's affecting a lot of this and creating the supply and demand. There's not like there's less trees out there to make
Right.
stores from. It's just
Exactly.
that's what's driving the supply and demand. So, we were talking about, when will inventory increase? And we just saw some interesting charts. Um, and it looked like 46% of the economists that were surveyed, and you can see it on the graph here, 46% think that inventory will increase this coming year, the second half, which we're going into now. Um, so we'll see if that's correct.
Yeah, I mean, nobody has a crystal ball right now. The economists, real estate brokers, everybody is. We're trying to guess because this is such a unique situation. I mean, these are all educated guesses based on, the ancillary things we're seeing from a macro standpoint in the market. We're watching nationwide on that, but it's not going to. Inventory is not magically going to grow in a huge way, but it will. I mean, there's a lot of construction happening. There is a lot of construction that will be happening through the end of the year in Shasta County, well into next year. So we're going to see quite a few houses. I think there's something like 700 to 1,000 permits that are active and pulled for new construction homes being built.
Right. So inventory right now, we're sitting at 380 homes active in the county and 155 homes active in Reading. Um, we have a ton of demand right now. There is a ton of people moving here. My thoughts are the fact that people waited to go to Idaho, Texas, and now they're faced with the reality that, like, I was studying Boise's market the other day, Boise, Idaho, and it looked like they're about 15% higher than Reading.
Right.
So now it costs you more to go to these places than it would to come out of the Bay Area and just move 3 hours north into Reading. So I think that's given us a big draw. So
And just to kind of conclude on some of that stuff, low inventory, yes, but demand is so high. There's over 620 houses in escrow in Shasta County. So there is a lot of movement. Homes are coming on the market, but equally, actually more are going into contract. So that's always important to remember. Inventory is still coming every day.
and you got to be quick on the draw. And that's just one thing you brought up earlier to me when we were talking about this meeting was backup offers, right? A lot of people are making just super fast decisions. And then, that's kind of the reality of how you have to operate in this market, right? You have to make a move, make an offer, and then think, right?
Mhm.
It's really the only way to get in the game. But with that comes a lot of people that may back out of their deal. So backup offers are becoming more and more important to have in place and an executed backup, right?
Right. So not just a backup offer, you want to make sure it's signed by the seller, accepted, putting you in number one position. If something did happen, whether it's inspection, appraisal, I mean, homes fall out for a myriad of different reasons. And maybe an inspection to somebody else isn't a big deal to you because, like, it's Cory as a buyer, he's got a construction background versus that other buyer who doesn't own a hammer, going to look at things a little bit different. So there's lots of opportunity there. We always recommend, even to our buyers, to really press for that backup offer if they don't get the initial offer.
Yeah.
So
Well, we hope you guys got some value out of this today. We appreciate you. We're here to help. We're here to answer more questions if you have them. And we appreciate your time.
thank you guys.
Thanks for joining. Have a great day.